everyone, and welcome to lesson 12.2. Today, we are going to talk about conditional probability. Conditional probability oftentimes is using these two-way frequency tables. And what these do is they show data that pertain to two or more different categories. So you often have at least like two different kind of events or options, and then showing the totals both for each category and then the overall totals. For example, like we have in this chart here, some preferences, either likes vanilla versus likes chocolate, like soccer versus like football. Total amount of students tested then was 72. So if we look at this first graph, we're looking for a student who likes football and chocolate. So the total amount of students again is 72. And if we look at the specific amount that like football and chocolate, that's going to be this group here with 10 people in it, right? They like football and they like chocolate. Now, just as we've been doing, we want to make sure if we are writing it as a fraction, we like to have that nice reduced fraction. So in this case, 5 over 36. We also sometimes represent these as a decimal. So again, the 5 over 36 or the 10 over 72, either way, is about 0.14 if we're looking at it as a decimal. Someone who likes vanilla and soccer is going to be the 18 out of 72 people. Again, we want to make sure we reduce. Both of these are divisible by 18. So it becomes 1 over 4 or 0.25. Someone who likes chocolate and soccer then would be 12 out of 72. Again, reduces this time to be 1 out of 6. And that's about 0.17. And then last but not least, someone who likes chocolate. So we just look here, that's that total bottom number there, kind of summing up both the 12 and the 10. So 22 out of 72 people, which reduces both divisible by 2. So 11 out of 36 or 0.31 if we're looking at a decimal. The next table has some for you to try. Looking at this two-way frequency table, again, we have some totals. These are people, males and females, who like watching sports, football, basketball, and baseball preferences. So you are looking for someone who watches football and is female, someone who is male and likes baseball, someone who watches basketball and is female, and then someone who is a baseball watcher. Right. On the back, then, we have the idea then of conditional probability. And this is going to happen basically the event B will occur given that another event A has already occurred. So we write this notation for conditional probability, where probability of the conditional event is represented as P/A. So I like to think about like the A has already happened. That's our group on the bottom of our fraction. And then the specific group they're asking for out of that, that's the B on the top of the fraction. So for instance, if we look at this chart, first of all, let's finish filling out the chart. So if we add down 75 plus 42, that's giving us a total here of 117 tablets that are classic. 95 plus 63, that's a total of 158. Adding across 75 and 95, that's a total of 170. And then 42 and 63, it's a total of 105. Again, add down or add across, either way, total amount of tablets is 275. So in this setup, again, the conditional probability given the event A. So we're basically saying how many of these tablets are 16 gigabytes given that it is already a classic tablet. So if we look down the classic tablets, we have a total of 117 classic tablets. 75 of those are the 16 gigs. And in this case, we want to double check, does 75 over 117 reduce? In this case, we see yes, it does. 25 over 39. Or again, if I asked you for a rounded answer, 25 over 39, if we look at, or again, you could have done 75 over 117, is about 0.64. And then you can look for part B. Okay, again, our category here is how many of these are tablet minis given that they are 16 gigabyte tablets. Well, there are a total, if we look across this row, of 170 16 gigabyte tablets. And that tablet mini, there are 95 of them. So again, if we simplify, that is 19 out of 34, or that's about 0.56. All right, this time there are two for you to try. The first one is saying probability that is a 32 gigabyte tablet given it's a classic tablet. And then for the second one, probability that it's a classic tablet given it's a 16 gigabyte tablet. Down here in example B, we have a frequency table that is a little bit larger than just two events occurring simultaneously. And the first one is asking us what is the probability someone who bought water selected at random also bought pizza? So when we kind of think about this in the notation from up above, the base group is someone who bought water, and then we're selecting randomly from there than someone who bought pizza. So it's almost a little backwards. Our subgroup again is someone that bought water, and we're choosing from that group someone then that also got pizza. So our water people, there were 140 total. So that's the denominator. And then from there, we're also looking for someone that bought pizza from the water category. That's 58 of them. Simplify that, both of these are divisible by 2. So 29 divided by 70, or if we asked for it as a decimal, 0.41 would be your answer. The second one then is asking us, if we look at this table, what is the probability someone who bought a hot dog selected at random got nothing to drink? So if we look at our hot dog category totals, we have 158 people that bought a hot dog. And then randomly from that group, we're checking out who got no drink. Well, there are 46 people then from that group that got no drink. Again, divide these by 2, we get 23 over 79, which is about 0.29. And then our last one, if we are looking here, what is the probability given someone brought no food, also bought no drink? Well, again, we're kind of thinking about that probability. We basically are saying, like, our group is like of the no food group, right? How many of them then bought no drink as well? So if we look from the no food group, there were 60 people total that bought no food. If we look across that row, and then of that, 10 of those 60 also got no drink. So 1 out of 6 people, or about 0.17 people. All right, it is your turn then to finish this out. You are going to look at the chart. What is the probability of someone who bought pizza, selected at random, also bought a soda? And what is the probability given someone bought water, also bought a hot dog? Thanks everyone for watching. We'll work more with these in class.